Hi guys, Gia here. Welcome to another episode of Debt Free Friday. Welcome if you're new, and if you're already a subscriber, thanks for coming back. So in the previous Debt Free Friday, I talked about savings accounts. I actually answered a subscriber's question about how many savings accounts she should have, and I kind of explained what we do. And if you're interested in seeing that video, click this box right here, or I will insert a card here. I basically talked about how many savings accounts we have and what we do for our sinking funds. And so today I'm going to share with you a system to easily track your sinking funds or your savings accounts easily in Excel, because I know a lot of people use pen and paper, and I'm not against the pen and paper. I'm a pen and paper type of girl too, but I also like to do it in Excel because it just makes it a little bit more precise and there's less room for human error. Okay, and then it's one place to just easily access all of your sinking funds, because I know for us, we have several sinking funds. We have like over 20 sinking funds. And I know that's a little excessive for some people. Some of you might just have 2 or 3 funds, but it's just easy to just track them in here, especially if you don't have multiple savings accounts like some people do. Some people do open up one savings account per sinking fund, but for me, I just think that's a bit much for me to keep track of. So I like to just have one savings account, and then I track everything in Excel. So let's take a look at what we got. So here is this sinking fund tracker. You can call it, your savings funds, how you track your savings funds, whatever you want to call it. This is you can completely edit this to your liking. Nothing is set in stone, and don't be afraid. You can't break Excel. You can erase something, but you can easily get it back. There's an undo button for everything. So up this top here, it says family sinking fund. You can name this whatever you like, whatever your goals are, your family name, whatever. You can change it, but I just named it family sinking fund. And right here in this column, we have the beginning balances for each sinking fund. Like I said, I'm one of those excessive people who have 20 sinking funds. You may not need 20 sinking funds. Maybe you only have 3 sinking funds. Then you can highlight all of these and delete them if you want to, like so. Or you can keep them. You just never know. You can add more, you can add less. It's completely up to you. And you can name these whatever. Maybe you have a house fund. Maybe you have vacations. Maybe you have medical. Ooh. Maybe you have something for your kids. I don't know, maybe you have something for auto. Anything, okay? Let's just pretend that you have these 5, okay? So I'm going to delete all of these, and all I did was highlight these and just hit the delete button on my key pad. And then what you do is you put your beginning balances in of where you start. If you're starting from 0, then this should be 0. If you're starting in pretty much what your balance is at the time you start tracking it. Okay, so if you have a beginning balance, which is your ending balance from last year, you would just put that in. Maybe you have something like 50 bucks in vacations. Maybe you have something like 500 in medical already. Maybe you have like 500 for your kids, and maybe you have, I don't know, 1,000 for a car or something like that. So that means in that savings account at the beginning of the year, you had a total of $2,050 in there. So your plan is to add stuff and take away from your sinking funds as you need be. Maybe you want to add $50 a month for your house fund sinking fund. Okay, so what you would do is, as you'll notice that every single cell underneath the months and then the name here has equals 0. I would leave that alone, so that way you don't have to worry about trying to add a formula back in. So if you want to add $50, then you just add $50. Oop, plus 50. Plus 50. Just copy and paste this all the way down. Okay? So then at the end of the year, you'll have $600 in your house fund. Okay? Same thing goes for vacations. Say you want to add 50 bucks. We're going to copy and paste all the way down. But say you take that vacation in July, okay? And you spend 500 bucks on your vacation in July, or you want to take out $500 from your cash savings account for this vacation in July, that means you would add, in the formula part, which you click this area up here to affect the formula. You would do minus 500. See? That means at the end of the year, you would have $150 left for vacations, and then that total amount you would roll over to the next year. This is pretty basic and simple. And then since I'm a visual person, I know many of you probably are visual people as well. I made this sinking fund pie chart. You can name this anything. I mean, you can be, you know, I don't know, sinking fund, graph, I don't know, anything you want to name it. I'm not that creative, and I can't spell, obviously. And then what it does, it puts the percentage. You could clearly see what percentage of your savings, your total savings you have for what category, right? So you can see 24% is for your house fund, 49% is for vacations. Somebody's priorities are not right. Just kidding. You have your kids, it's so small. No, I'm sorry, 24% for your kids. The house fund is so small, it doesn't even show up on the graph. It's right here. It's 2%. You have vacations is 0%, or excuse me, the house fund is 0%, vacations is 2%, medical's 24%. You know, it's just something fun to look at. And like I said, if you don't need all of these, you can just delete them like so. I highlighted it all, right clicked, deleted, and then you have it here. It doesn't show. But that's pretty much it. That's a basic way to track your sinking fund. Plus it's pretty, I like the colors. You can change the colors all you want. And like I said, you name these, just change the name. And then anytime that you need to use the funds from your sinking funds, or if you're withdrawing from that account ever, you always wanna make sure to put it in here as a minus. And what I like to do at the top of the year is I like to set up what I'm going to put to my sinking funds at the top of each year. So if I know I want to save $1,000 for my car, I know that I'm going to need, you know, so much money. If I want to save, let's make it for easy math, $1,200 for my car, then I know I'm going to need to save $100 per month for the whole year. You know, and say if I have some maintenance, some big maintenance that needs to be done on my car in November that costs $500, I will come here, I will withdraw the $500 from my sinking fund. I will come here and I'll put minus 500, okay? Another cool thing about this is that once you set everything up, you know how much you have to deposit each month into your sinking funds. And that totals right here, this grand total line is what you're gonna put into your sinking funds each month. And then the month where you actually use the cash, this is what you would reimburse yourself, right? So you would reimburse yourself $300 because you used $500 for your well, first of all, you added the $50 that month for the vacation, and then you used 500 of that. So that leaves a negative balance of $450. And then of course you still have to add to your other sinking funds, which is your house fund and your auto, which leaves you to be reimbursed by $300. And I really hope I'm not losing you. Stay with me, guys. Excel is your friend. Excel is your friend. Don't be afraid of it. You know, I know if you have a tablet, even if you keep track with things, you know, in a notepad or something like that, keep doing that if that works for you. I just want to show you guys another option that may be easier for you to use, and then it's just all in one place, and then you have this nice graph that shows you, and it keeps you motivated towards a goal, you know, and it keeps you held accountable as well. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I will leave this down below. I will also add this to my Facebook group in case anybody in my group, by the way, if you haven't joined my group, join my Facebook group. There's a lovely, lovely group of ladies that I love interacting with. We are currently in our grocery challenge for the month. We're trying to reduce our grocery bill by 10%, and the ladies in there have some great tips. I offer great tips on there as well, and it's a better way for me to connect with you guys on a personal level. So join my Facebook group. I will have all of my Excel templates there, and so that it's easy for you to access them. But I will leave a link down below if you want to download it. But again, all of my templates will be in my Facebook group for easy access as well. The link for my Facebook group is down below. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Let me know, what do you guys do to track your sinking funds? Now, is it working? Is it not working? What would you like? What would you change, or what would you create if you wanted to make it easier for yourselves? Let me know down below, I'm interested. And that's about it. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, hit that button right here. Check out my previous video here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.